On to talk about the fight that was finally announced this past weekend. Last night, I don't know if you caught any of it, Triple G, Gennady Golovkin versus Martin Murray. If you caught that, what did you make of that fight, first of all, in Monte Carlo?
Golovkin is a very devastating offensive fighter. Murray showed a lot of character, a lot of heart in sticking it out. As long as he did, he tried his best to do what he could. But Golovkin showed once again that he's really a force to be reckoned with in the middleweight division.
No, definitely, and that took Golovkin's knockout streak to 19. What do you think's next from Triple G? Some potential names, the likes of Miguel Cotto and Carl Froch. Who do you think will be brave enough to take on Triple G next?
I think those are all amazing fights. I think there's a lot on the table for Triple G as far as exciting matchups is concerned. But I'm not sure that any middleweights will be fighting. I mean, obviously Cotto does have a middleweight title, but he's not really a true middleweight. But it'd be a fight that I think would be interesting to watch. Also, if Golovkin will up in weight, of course, I'm sure there's always some interest in seeing him against some of the super middleweights. But personally, after last night, I think Golovkin and Cotto will be something to really a mouth-watering fight for the fans. Cotto will be taking a risk in fighting a more natural middleweight, but nonetheless, it's two very explosive fighters.
No, definitely. And in terms of Golovkin's knockout ratio, 19 knockouts in a row, do you think that could be a bit of a detriment to a fighter when it comes to making those marquee fights and some fighters not wanting to get in the ring with him?
I think sometimes the risk has to be worth the reward. And right now, Golovkin being as powerful as he is a big risk. So you have to make the reward financially feasible as well as the reward, even as far as getting credit for getting a win over a guy like Golovkin has to be feasible. Does a win over Golovkin mean a lot in the grand scheme of things for Miguel Cotto? If it does mean enough, and that's what makes it worth taking the risk, then I'm sure Cotto will be jumping at the bit to try to get to him. But we'll see. With Cotto now not being able to get Canelo, I think Cotto needs a dance partner. So it'll be interesting to see if Golovkin becomes that dance partner.
No, definitely. And going on to May 2nd, it was finally announced this past weekend, Mayweather Pacquiao. It's been years in the making. Were you finally glad when the official announcement came out this past weekend that we're going to get that fight on May 2nd?
Yeah, it's about time the fight gets made. I'm sure everybody will be excited to come May 2nd. There will be a lot of anticipation for a mega fight.
Definitely. And in terms of how you see that one going, where do you see the strengths and weaknesses of both fighters heading into that bout?
I think Floyd is a superior fighter, but Manny, being a very offensive-minded fighter with a lot of speed, you would think that he can possibly give Floyd some trouble with that speed and the combination of that speed and power, but we'll see how Floyd makes the adjustments. He usually does make the adjustments, so it'll be interesting to see if Pacquiao becomes just another average Floyd opponent or if Pacquiao can do a bit more.
Definitely. And in terms of some of the clauses in this, there's not a rematch clause, we've heard, but do you think if it's a close points decision or a split decision, do you think we'll see a rematch down the line?
If the fight's close, you possibly could see a rematch. Yeah, I don't see why not. If the fight's competitive enough or makes it worth seeing a rematch, then you'll see a rematch, I'm sure.
Definitely. And of course, we're seeing something unprecedented, especially in the United States, where Showtime, who you do a lot of work for, and HBO are going to both be broadcasting this fight. What's it going to be like for yourself, not just as a former boxer, but as a fan of the sport in the build-up to this mega fight on May 2nd?
I look forward to just seeing the build-up as it comes along. It's going to be a huge event, and I don't think anybody really knows what to anticipate or expect as far as the build-up is concerned, but there's going to be a lot of excitement in the air, a lot of buzz in the air, so I'm sure it'll be exciting, not just for myself, but for anybody who's involved or even as a fan.
No, definitely. And I personally hope to hear you at ringside on commentary. I think your commentary on Showtime is some of the best punditry, not just in boxing, but in sport.
Yeah, we'll see which one of the broadcasters gets picked. I'm sure also Sky will be in the United States as well. So, you know, maybe I'll be able to do something with them as well during the week or fight week. And, you know, I look forward to just being a part of the event as a whole. I'll be in the building, and we'll see what they end up taking at the broadcaster as well. But it'll be a fun week.
And in terms of this fight, it's been, like as mentioned, it's been not just weeks or months in the making, but been years in the making. Do you think you would have rather seen this fight a couple of years ago than now, or are you just excited to actually see them both get in the ring and take each other on?
Yeah, I think it's exciting that they're finally getting it on in the ring with each other. You know, having not seen it a few years ago, there was different reasons for the fight not happening. Back in the day, you're glad that both guys came to the correct terms, and they're making the fight.
No, definitely. Well, thank you so much for your time, Paulie. Hopefully speak to you more in the build-up to this mega fight on May 2nd. I know you're going to be busy, but thank you so much, and hopefully speak to you soon.
For sure. Looking forward to it.